part of it was because knowing the filly, she just got this great disposition. She just takes things really well. She's never been a bleeder. And I just felt she was a filly that we could do this with. If she had the quality, I thought she could handle it, from a mental point of view, I thought she could handle it. So it's definitely been on my radar. I mean, look, Royal Ascot's been on my radar now for the last 6 or 7 years, trying to keep up with Wesley with what he's been able to do, but I haven't been able to do quite as well. But look, it's a bucket list item for me to go to Europe and win a race. That's not why we're doing this, but it's obviously something that's always on my radar, and I thought this was the kind of filly we could do it with.
And so then over the winter, obviously you have that mapped out as her main sort of aim for the summer, I guess, or midsummer. How did her training go over the winter? How much did she develop and flourish? And again, was it a case of kind of the whole way through thinking, yes, this is a very realistic aim now to get to Royal Ascot?
If you'd asked me a month ago that if we were going to do this, I would have said no way. I mean, who knew there was a pandemic around the corner, and with everything that's gone on since then. We started up with the filly. We pointed her for a race in Tampa earlier on in the year, which kind of didn't fall into place. It was a very tight schedule to get her to that race, the Tampa Oaks. And after her first week, I breezed her on quite firm ground down at Palmettos. She got a little foot sore. So Aron and I talked about just backing off her, not rushing her to get to her first start. The race at Churchill really came out of nowhere. We didn't know that race was going to be there, but it fell right into the wheelhouse of the week that we had hoped to run her in order to get her to Ascot. I don't think we were still planning on coming to Ascot before we ran her because, first of all, we didn't even know if it was practical. And secondly, we really didn't know how she was going to run, although I felt very good about running her. Once she ran and won so well, then it kind of got the thought process going again. And Anthony was very much on board with wanting to go. So that's kind of how we got to where we are.